Welcome viewers, this is Winch here, bringing you an adventure on the William Tell dog tag. To unlock that, I believe you have to get 50 kills with the crossbow. So I want to compile this along with a review of the crossbow, or the Xbow as we call it. And here's the dog tag. I'll show you in game when I actually unlock that. And I want to cover this weapon. Again, this is a new weapon in the Aftermath DLC. I know what you're thinking here. You're not going to hit this thing. Notice how much I'm aiming up here, by the way. Yes. This is with the explosive tip bolt, or I call it a bolt, but the explosive tip arrow. Basically, I'll cover the various. I have unlocked all the aspects of this weapon. This weapon has various types of ammo, if you're not aware. An explosive tip bolt, just a standard normal bolt, what they call a balanced bolt, which is for long-range engagements, and they also have a scanner bolt. There's also a scoped version of this weapon as well. I'm showing you the unscoped at this point, and then I will move on to the scoped version. So I'm not going to get in detail about how to unlock the specifics of the specific bolts. You guys can figure that out for yourself. It's pretty straightforward. It's not all that difficult. Again, it was not that difficult for me. And there's me taking out a guy with the explosive bolt. Not quite like I anticipated it to be. I expected it to maybe stick to them and maybe have a second or two delay, and then it would explode. So maybe if they're around a group of enemies, they could take out 3 or 4 of them. But that's really not how it works out, unfortunately. It's not like Black Ops in any respect. So you saw in that situation there, kind of coming up on a group of enemies as well. It's an obscure weapon. I'm going right into the explosive bolt, by the way, here. So you can see I'm taking on a Jeep here. It does about, there are stats on Simthic.com on this weapon. I have got one-hit disables with the explosive bolt on Jeeps. That's where it's going to do the most damage to vehicles on Jeeps, and as you saw the chopper there. But it only does about 80% damage to the chopper. So, again, it's not going to just destroy it instantly. It'll pretty much get a disable on it. And here's me with the scope now unlocked with this weapon. Again, this damage is real limited. Oh, here's a great clip. Check this out. Again, once you unlock the scope, this turns into a whole different weapon. If there's one thing I could recommend with this weapon, aim for the head. See there, I got a one-shot hit on that guy. Basically, if you get to the body, this is with the balance bolt now. See on the bottom right-hand corner, got the very lowest level selected, which is the balance bolt. But there's one thing I would recommend is you need to aim for the head. And then with the balance bolt here, it's good at long ranges. There's almost no drop at all, as you can see there. I'm pretty much aiming right at their head. And at 70 meters, it's pretty much going to be an instant kill. And actually, this is, I think, at even longer than that. I want to say this is actually 150 meters, if I recall correctly, because I remember seeing the award in the dog tag that completed after I completed this map, working towards, the William Tell dog tag. But for those of you that don't know, as you progress and you unlock the specific bolts, whether it be explosive bolt, the scanner bolt, or the balance bolt, you immediately have access to that bolt at all times in any crossbow that you have on site or that you pick up. So you don't have to go through your inventory and select just the balance bolt when you're equipping your soldier. It's all right there as soon as you have it at any given time, which is it's good and bad because you actually have to scan through the inventory to get to the bolts you want. Like I had to right there to select the explosive bolt to go after the Jeep. Now I'm switching back, as you can see now I'm putting on the balance bolt, which is a red tipped arrow bolt. And it is inconsistent, I'll say right now, I'll be honest with you. It's a little frustrating at times where you swear you get a hit on something, it doesn't register. Like right there, I swear I had that guy, but I don't know if we had a simultaneous suppression issue or something. But again, if you shoot at me with a sniper, I'm going to pay you some respect with this weapon now. Because now with this weapon, if there's one thing I do like about this, because I'm not a sniper, I'll say it right now. I don't like scopes like this. I'm not comfortable with them. But for some reason, this seems to work with me. But I'm going to pay you a little respect here if you shoot a bullet my way as a sniper now. Because I feel like, again, I'm a force to be reckoned with. Ooh, look at this. Just took that Jeep out right there with this thing. Pull off the explosive bolt kill on this guy. Switch my next round to the balance bolt to go long range here. Get this guy up on the ledge with precision accuracy. And it was unbelievable. I'm still kind of floored by that. And actually, if I didn't get him there, I think I go around here and get him at some point. Yeah. Well, maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe I overestimated my recollection of that scenario, so that's a little embarrassing. Well, nonetheless, it was still 2 good kills there quickly. But I did get caught off guard here as this guy came around here on the end. pulled off the assist there. Again, if you hit him in the body, it's only going to do about 80 damage, so you got to get him in the head. If there's anything I can say, you have to get him in the head. And right here, you know how we roll, boys. Roll up here, and somehow I accidentally, again, I'm terrible with scopes. I didn't realize that on my peripheral vision, you have none, that I interfered myself with that cover. But there we go with the headshot. Resurrect my buddy, and we move on to the combat efficiency model. I just love it, love it, love it. But again, if there's anything I can say about this weapon, it's a hell of a lot of fun, guys. It really is. Is it practical? Most of you say no. Most of my experienced players say no. I think it has more to offer than some people give it credit for. Again, you'll see me in this last clip of my footage that I'll show you is me kind of really going outside my element. I'm always running support a lot of the time. And of course, support class isn't good at extreme long ranges. But with this weapon, you can reach out and touch somebody, and it'll wake them up. Even if you don't kill them in one shot, they're gonna scurry like a rat. And more likely, though, you're going to pull off that one-shot kill. Again, here's me going after a tank. I'll show you again. Oh, and when you think you're aiming up high enough to account for the drop, double that, because that's how much this thing drops. Extremely drops, incredible amount. But you're only doing it, think about, again, the stats on simtech.com detail it, so maybe I can reference them on the tank. On the front, you're only doing 10% damage. On the angle front, you're doing 8% damage. Side, 18%. Rear, 28%. Again, I don't know if these stats are really accurate, but again, look how many arrows it took. But it did eventually blow up that thing. Jeep, you're doing about 41% damage again. 25% to damage of people in the Jeep. And here's a bad situation. Oh, boy. Okay, so here I am in a situation, an unsuppressed weapon, a long range with a FAMAS. Not really the best scenario. So by switching to this weapon with the balanced bolt, now I've got some range, I've got some stealth. Again, probably those guys in it see me. And this is what I'm seeing consistently with this loadout, is that it really allows you to kind of approach a situation cautiously, stay off the minimap, because of course this is suppressed, it's silenced, you don't show up the minimap. It allows you to dispose at least one critical guy in a stealthy manner, and maybe more. And sometimes if you get up behind the team, you can really catch them off guard and take out a few guys, as I'll show up here in a minute as well. So it's not completely useless. I actually find, again, here it's a situation here by myself, observing multiple enemies on the flag position. Again, I'm not sure how I'm not pulling off these shots, but you can hold your breath, by the way, which took me a while to figure out. You can hold your breath on this to increase your steady aim and make those shots accurate, but I cut that a little bit short. But again, those guys pushed up here, so now I came up here behind them. Again, they had no clue I was shooting those arrows at them. Next thing you know, just stealthily putting them down. Now, probably a lot of you would argue you can do that with suppressed weapon. That's true, but I don't like suppressors on my gun. I really don't like the nerf and the range, the bullet drop, the loss of bullet velocity. I really think it nerfs the hell out of your gun, and it just takes the teeth out of a lot of weapons. In particular, support class guns, I just don't even mess with it. You know, assault rifles, depending on the ones, it's not too bad. But again, yes, you can probably do that with suppressed. Look at that headshot right there. Nice. Again, behind the team, flank them, and now they realize what's going on, and heavily damaged. It's kind of falls in line with my overall strategy. I like guerrilla warfare tactics. That's what I employ on the battlefield. This is just another tool in my arsenal that will keep the enemy team guessing, unsuspecting, not sure what's hitting them until it's too late in a lot of respects. And again, it dramatically increases my ability to shoot targets extreme long ranges, and now I'm almost like a sniper in some respects. So this is one thing I mentioned, like Black Ops 2. I like the overkill perk that allows you to carry 2 primary weapons. I feel like with this weapon I have almost a sniper rifle at my disposal, and a silent one at top that. So consider the effectiveness of this weapon. It's a silenced weapon that can shoot extreme long ranges and kills a one shot if you know how to use it. So this is a great weapon. Again, some people think it's gimmicky. It is in some respects, but I also do value this as a valuable tool. And bottom line, it's incredibly gratifying when you pull a kill off of this. I don't know what it is. You're grinning ear to ear every time you pull off a kill with this thing. It's just fun. It really is. So I've got a few more clips here to show again. And look at that blood splatter. That's another thing they've added on there. When you get a headshot, and you saw it there in the previous clips with those 2 guys up on top of the building, you just see blood splatter in about a 3-foot radius all directions. And it's, again, just adds to the satisfaction of your experience when you actually do pull a kill off. So there you can see I did about 40 damage to that Jeep with the bolt. And then my teammate had, if somebody puts C4 on something, you can take advantage of that as well. Again, here's I'm approaching a position. I'm spawning on position Bravo. You never really know what's out there, but allowing to silently dispose of an enemy, it kind of gives you that, again, one shot, one kill. That really increases your survivability, because more likely when you're capturing position or attacking an MCOM, there's always more than one enemy around that position defending. So being able to dispose of one guy stealthily, maybe two, again, it gives you an added edge tactically that the enemy is really not considering. And again, here, look at this shot. I mean, incredible. Guy comes around this corner. I saw my teammate die. I'm like, where's this guy at? Where's he at? There's an enemy somewhere here. And this guy's a smart player. Check how he uses this cover here. Look how little I have, that my little target I have hits me with the M320, but he's a little bit low in a shot. But not me. I got him perfectly square in the head. Again, there's no way in hell I'd be able to do that with support class weapon. And here we go. And it's a nice shot on top of that with a flanking shot as he falls down into the trench. Beautiful. William Tell would be impressed. So here's the aftershock here. As you can see, makes things interesting for your aim, but still I managed to steady my aim there, pull a headshot off, and look at that distance. I mean, that guy had no clue I was even out there. Again, I'm still off the map, and I'm just going to pull it off here. And again, this is where this clip, more than anything, I think sums up what this adds to your class. Again, I'm running support right now. Do I really need C4 in this map? No. Do I really need a mortar? No. There's probably a lot of cover in there. But having this kind of allows me to replace either C4 or, if you're in medic class, you have to replace your medic kit, which kind of sucks. But again, that's one thing I failed to mention, is that you are replacing an equipment slot to carry this with you. And you can use it across all classes. I apologize, I didn't mention that earlier. But as you can see here, picking off these guys, you know, about 3 in a row here. I mean, just lots of fun. Again, it's really difficult for an enemy to assess this and address that. Unless they're a sniper, they're going to be running for the hills. And again, it just adds a whole nother dynamic to your gameplay. That, again, this is something I've never really experienced in terms of sniping. I'm not a sniper. I feel like I'm terrible at it for the most part, but if you're patient, again, you get in the mindset that you're kind of like a hunter, that you're stalking these guys, that you are a force to be reckoned with, that you can pull that shot off. If you kind of think positively about it, I found myself actually thinking, wow, I'm getting pretty good at this, and I think with some more practice here, I'll really be a force to be reckoned with this type of weapon. But down in these trenches here, again, I talk about visual signatures, reducing your visual signature. Being down in the trenches like this, using cover as I'm trying to get up over this thing, very difficult sometimes. Really reducing your visual signature is a great tactic in guerrilla warfare. It really allows you to be a force to be reckoned with in a lot of respects. A lot of times it's frustrating when you're just about ready to pull that shot off, and you want to make it count because you can see the reload's really long. But it's so frustrating sometimes when you just swear you're a half a second or less from pulling that trigger, and then that enemy moves, and you're just like, how do they know? You know, it's like they don't, but they're just lucky. But again, here's a conclude the video here, pulling up behind their spawn again. It's like guerrilla warfare. As you flank behind them here, not having a suppressed weapon, you maybe kill one, that's it. You got the whole team on you. And obviously, knee deep in a spawn like this, you want to make sure every shot counts. You want to make a one shot, one kill. This is an advanced weapon, guys. It's not for the faint-hearted. You got to know what you're doing with this. But if you understand what this weapon's capable of, it'll benefit you quite a bit. Here I get the headshot on this guy, and I know they just spawn behind me, so I'm like, all right, let's just go Hail Mary pass here and see if we can get one more from the hip. And sure enough, we do. Please like, subscribe to the video if this helped you out, guys. This is the Xbow on Aftermath. Thanks for watching.